this video today, I'm going to be talking about using the yarn and yarn scraps in my stash and creating different things. Some are very quick and some are a little bit more detailed. Hey friends, I'm Diana and I am a crochet cheerleader. I like to encourage people to create and to have fun with their yarn and experiment and even crafts. I always like to learn new things. One of the things that I always like to do when I'm sharing patterns or ideas is to share things that I've actually tried. I don't want to give you something and, it's an impossible thing or it's an AI generated pattern or something like that. I try the patterns out, tell you what I honestly think, and share them with you. I happen to have this basket right here. It is full of very small bundles of blanket yarn. You use the blanket yarn, or it's a different, can't think of the word in English. I do speak Spanish, but I don't know why I can't think of the word in English right now. It's skinnier than the regular blanket yarns. Thing that I want to talk about is how to use up this right here. And we're going to do a little tutorial with how to use up blanket. I created these super cute little hair ties. So I just have them clips. They're little hair clips. And I was making them when I was on the phone with my granddaughter who's 2, and she got really excited because at Christmas time, I'm going to pop the picture in of what I made her. I asked my daughter, I said, well, does she have any hair ties? And she said, no, I don't. And then I remembered, oh yeah, when I was little, I had these cute little things that were yarn and I would wear them in my hair when I was little. I could totally make her something like that. Need for these cute little clips that I made, you will need obviously yarn. So I have this from my stash, this lovely blue. And then I have my crochet hook. I'm using a size 7 with this blanket yarn. This can also be done with acrylic yarn. Then you need a pair of scissors, and that is it. So, oh yes, and you need some of these. You could use ones that you like, just something that's going to slide in behind the knot. These have that little, I think these are called crocodile clips. I'm not sure, but I had these for another project and I'm like, sweet, I'm going to use up my stash. What we're going to do is we're going to take and leave a little bit of a tail. We're going to do our little slip knot on our crochet hook. And then you're going to chain 35. So 1, 2, reach 35, you're going to chain one more and pull it through. Just give yourself a little bit of a tail, pull that through and pull that tight. And you're going to do the same on the other side, pull it tight, and then you're going to tie a knot like so, and pull it tight like this all the way. You want your knot to the bottom and tie it as tight as you can to the end. And then you are going to do the same with this end. Pull it to the end, as tight as you will go, like so. And then you are going to snip this as close as you can without cutting the knot. And it's hard to see it. Don't throw this away. And then the same there. So now that you have your chained item, you're going to take it and you're going to create a bow. So this is how I did it. So I took it and I made a bow. This may be a little tricky and a little fiddly, but there you go. And then you just arrange it. Want that knot to be tight, so you may have to fiddle, 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 so you get it just right, how you like it. There we go. There's my bow. So I see a little bit of fuzz there. We're going to pull that off. As I'm right-handed, I am going to be slipping this into the back, into the knot back here. For me, you don't have to do this step, but I would like a little extra, you know, security in it staying together. So I'm going to take my glue, which I forgot to mention that I had, Fabri-Tac, go on the top of my crocodile clip here, alligator clip, whatever, this clip thingy. Just covered it. And then I am going to stick this in the knot behind here. There you go. There's your clip. Super simple. And like I said, you could do this with any yarn. I like to use blanket yarn because it just gives a little bit more life to it. The great things about this tutorial of these little bows is it doesn't really take that much yarn and you are left with a super cute thing. The other thing that I made for my granddaughter, like I was talking about for her hair, was just made of yarn. So I found these in my stash that I made for another project. So you're going to do the same exact thing that I just demonstrated for the bows, except you're not going to tie it into a bow. You're going to chain it. Now this acrylic yarn, this is pretty long, but it'll be great because you could tie it into your hair. With the blanket yarn, I believe I chained 75. So I remember you have to tie the ends so they don't pull out. And then there you go. You're good to go. It literally takes maybe a minute to make. You know how I said you want to keep this? I actually just shove it in with my stuffing. And so when I'm stuffing my amigurumi, I will wrap it inside of my stuffing and it will become part of my stuffing. I'm like, why throw it away? I mean, it's still useful. Another way to use up your stash is to create headbands. They don't take a lot of yarn. I had this yarn, this Hometown yarn by Lion Brand. I bought it for another project and I ended up deciding it wasn't my favorite to make with such a big project. So then it's been sitting in my stash for a couple years maybe. And then I made up this pattern for this headband, which I will be releasing soon. I'm going to be taking these to my market. I made an adult size and I made a child size. So these are the adult size. This right here is the child size. So, and this is the first one I made. So anyway, but they're super quick. If you have spare yarn, you can make cute little pacifier clips. There we go. If you're interested in a tutorial on how to make a pacifier clip, I can do one. And then I got these little inexpensive clips off of Amazon. Granny squares they're so fun. Granny squares are real interesting because you can do them all in one color. If you're interested in learning how to make one, I have done a tutorial, which I will link below. There's also, once you make a granny square, you can make several different things. Let me show you. I have a special project that my cousin sent me, and it is so amazing. Why is it amazing? You have to like stand it up like that so you can really see what it is. Like, look at that. So what's cool about this is that my great grandmother made this granny square. So it's truly a granny square. I wouldn't put these yarns together, but the whole purpose of a granny square was using up what you had. That's what granny squares, or where granny squares came from. And so my great grandmother was born in 1901 and went through the Depression and just all the things. You used up everything that you had. If you had a little bit of yarn, you created whatever you could. I'll have to grab another square here so you can see the differentness of this. Here's another of the granny squares. And then another one. So my cousin found this in the back of a closet at her dad's house and sent it to me because the blanket was falling apart, and asked me if I could repair and cinch everything up. So with granny squares, you can make blankets. I happen to make a really cool sweater for my mom. I will link the pattern for that sweater, the cardigan, in the description below. I made it for her for Christmas. She absolutely loved it. I made it in fall colors because her birthday's in fall. But because we live in Arizona, we don't wear, it's still like 100 degrees in October or close to it. Where I had yarn that I bought and it was still a skeiny yarn, so we're using up my stash, right? I created this cute little beanie. It's labeled from my market that's coming up. I was doing a test on the same cardigan that I made my mom, and I was making it for my daughter-in-law. And I made up some squares, and I asked my son if he thought that she would like it. And he says, I don't know. So I had 5 squares. And guess what? I made an adult-sized beanie. So granny squares are pretty cool because you can make bags. And actually, I have a tutorial on how to make a bag if you want to learn how to do that too. It doesn't take that long to make a granny square. You can make all sorts of things with granny squares and all different sizes. You don't, have to stick to one particular yarn. Just use the yarn that you have. I would love to hear from you what you have been creating with your stash, even the little clippings from your yarn in the comments below, so that all of us can see and learn and use up our stash so we can get more yarn. Happy crocheting!